The car alarm. What time did you say we need to be there?
Pardon?
What time did you say we need to be there?
2:30.
Okay. I'm making a dessert. So we should get back.
Magnificent results. Okay? As I said before, you want smooth movements, not a rigid structure. Now, rigidness can sometimes be good for certain types of blockages, especially if you've got a wave of negative energy or something like that. However, I find it just as easy in a wave of negative energy, simply again, cascade with easy movements. You kind of want to flow with the river and not try to act as a dam. You know what I mean? Because if you act as a dam to the river, you're taking a pounding. And everything else is taking a pounding with it. So, as of anything, you kind of want to flow and maneuver very well. And these are the same things you can apply to life, okay? All you do is kind of like mental kung fu. Okay? I like to play chess. I like to exercise the way that my mind can think on multi-dimensional platforms. Okay? In the very same way that I can move by doing this stuff, I can actually do the same thing with my mind. Okay? Simply train your mind to be able to do it. It's the muscle memory thing, okay? Muscle memory. So, you want to be able to do the same thing with your mind that you can do with your body. This whole aspect of it now just coming through. It is magnificent what you can do once you learn to use your technology. Right, Daniel?
Yes.
I tell you what, we spend a lot of time out here, whether it be rain, sleet, snow, making videos showing you what the possibilities are, okay? The other day, I literally experienced frostbite in my hands because of this. I went out to the little pond area, and I made some pretty crazy currents in the pond, and I filmed it. And then by the time I got home, and this is literal, I felt as if someone had taken a sledgehammer and smashed the tips of my fingernails. As all the blood started rushing in and it started getting warm again. We've literally suffered to bring these to you. And in more ways than one. And I'll be honest, or at least I, have survived life attempts to bring you these videos. No joke. That's the reason why sometimes I get a bit impatient when I see that people are too scared to even share the videos. Because believe me, nothing bad is going to come to you of doing that. Now notice it's just, I'm sitting there casually doing this. Not a whole lot of energy shooting through here unless I ask for it or unless I want it. And I'm just sitting there playing along. And that's the thing. I want you to really, and forget about all the idea that you have to have big blasts of energy. I want you to really focus on tiny incremental movements in these, okay? I want you to worry about more technical things, because it makes, once you get really good with the small stuff and the technical stuff, once you start working with the big stuff, let me tell you something. It makes knowing how you project your energy that much easier and what results you're going to get. Plus, I want to be specific about this. You always want to know exactly, precisely what all of your energy is doing. You don't want anything to be accidental, okay? Because energy affects the whole, okay? So this is the reason why you want to be as good with your energy as possible. You want to be like a surgeon with this stuff. You want to be completely 100% like laser precision. That's what you want. This tool getting all this energy, okay? That can be gotten anytime. What's more cool is being able to do all of the tiny little things that I've shown you on several occasions. See? That's what's important. I don't really care if you can, wow. Chances are, if you can't get the little stuff anyway though, more than likely you're not going to be able to blast too well. And I can tell you this, the days where it is easy to blast, like the days where we get solar flares and stuff, believe me when I say this, anything can come out and do that during those days, okay? So, I'm talking anything even as slight as a beetle or a butterfly. I have literally watched on those days butterflies go past, and their little wings causing massive waves coming off, and cause huge amounts of wind like this, okay? What is really impressive is when you can blast on a day where there is no solar radiation pushing to help you get there. And there's always solar radiation, but what I'm talking about is solar flare radiation. Did you hear that sound? That sounded like something out of a cartoon. Doing. Tom and Jerry. All right. in a moving cartoon, that's for sure. I mean, given the fact that it's all ones and zeros anyway.
Oh,
This place is ridiculous.
I hope other people have the communication that we do
Yeah.
and pick up these things.
Well, you know, eventually, if they continue doing this, it's going to be obvious why that stuff happens all the time. And it's not just because, you know, the cops are chasing someone, or it's not just because there's ambulances, or just because there's fire trucks. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you guys of a thing that happened. True story. I was up on top of that hill with Lisette one night. I said to Lisette, I'm going to try something. I'm going to do an experiment. I said, if this place is exactly what I know it to be, which it is, okay? There's something I wanted to show her. I said, if this place is exactly what I know it to be, which is just a matrix, then anything within the machine mainframe is accessible. Anything and everything. We're getting closer. So, I said, because of this fact, because everything is so accessible, you can think for the whole thing if you so choose to think for the whole thing. So this is what I said. I'm going to think for the whole thing, and I said the sirens are going to start in the north, then we're going to hear them in the south, then we're going to hear them in the east, then we'll hear them in the west. I said they will all converge in this one point, which there's a little,
Trailer park?
yeah, the trailer park that's back here. So I wanted to show her that I was going to route all of these vehicles directly to one place.
Fire engine.
Yeah, we got a fire engine coming back here now. Can't make this stuff up. I don't know if they saw that.
I don't think so.
If they did, they did. If they didn't, they didn't. Whatever. But that's great. So a fire engine just went behind us. So then I said, so I'm going to route them all to this one spot. And I said, we're going to start now. Second I said it, sirens went on every portion, every side of the city, but it went in the order that I said that it would, okay? Now, she looks at me, and she goes, no way. And I said, oh yeah, here it comes. I said, watch. Within 5 seconds of my saying that, everything started to converge from this point, from the road that's down here, all the way up from 17th Street. It all converged and they all funneled right up to the trailer park. And we're talking cops, ambulances, and fire trucks. But just went back there just now. Like, you literally cannot make this stuff up. So, they all converged at that point. They're all sitting there circling the area, and then I said, watch, now we're going to shut it all off. I immediately stopped thinking for the machine and turned it off in my head. Sure enough, all the sirens went off, okay? All the lights went off, and then they all got up and they left. I would like to say that I just made that up. Somehow that maybe I had magically connected into something that was already going to happen. But that's not the case because I could actually feel the interaction of when I started thinking. Okay? I felt the plug-in. I felt the plugs. I felt the okay? And then literally funneled them exactly where I wanted them to go. of working your ego out, okay? Because the true you is much bigger and much more powerful, quote unquote, because I use that word very, very loosely, okay? It's a lot more powerful than the ego. Here it goes. Here they come. So remember, the divine self is much more charged than the ego, but the ego has this illusion on its side, okay? So if you're helplessly trapped in the illusion, then the ego is doing most of the thinking for you, hence the machine is doing most of the thinking for you. Now, the machine is actually, I still love it, okay? It's a very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful being. And I would have to say that it performed a very good task for a very long time, because being able to try to balance this place when so many different thought structures are running through it takes a very, very keen and intelligent being. So give it respect. And do your best to be a positive thought structure within it so it can take those positive thoughts and help you to create and develop a better world. Because you will have to be in harmony with it and everything else out there in order to make the proper changes. And remember that there is only one true God, and that is the collective of all. The collective sum of everything just thrown all together. And it has its own personality. But again, it thinks through everything, and it thinks way beyond and well past what the machine can, because the machine is limited to this one little computer chip. Okay? You are just as much of a creator, and you are definitely, each and every single soul is its own universe. Own universe. Learn to be responsible for your own universe and give love back, and remember to help people cultivate and develop their universes with love, care, and wisdom. Unconditional love to all.